Anna Maxwell Martin. I was talking to somebody the other day and they said to me, and they didn't know that me and you were friends. They said, Patricia Carmichael terrifies the life out of me. And obviously, I told them that I knew you and you were like that in real life.
Yeah, she's very passive aggressive. I like to think of myself as extremely passive aggressive in real life.
Oh, absolutely. You really are all the time. But then she did make me think, Patricia, I'm thinking of not yourself. We've all met a Patricia in our life. She reminds me of an English teacher that I used to have in high school.
Oh, I know people now like Patricia. I know people in the industry like Patricia. Yeah, no, I don't. She is dead nasty, but then they're the easiest people to play, aren't they? The really nasty ones.
I don't know. I've never played any nasty person in my life.
Well, you were supreme nasty.
Well, I like to think of him as slightly confused.
You see, I played passive aggressive, but actually your nastiness was just, you were just passive, just watching like a hawk all the time in your nastiness.
But I think there's been more looks and stares and watches in this season than any other season of Line of Duty.
I know I was asked to stare a lot and I really didn't have any clue what I was doing. So I just would think about what I was going to have for dinner and things like that.
An actor prepares. This is...
I didn't know what I was supposed to be thinking about. There were a lot of shots where the camera seemed to be on. And I was just staring like that out the window. I didn't know what was going on.
Is she as much fun to play as it is for the audience to scream and throw things at the telly?
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. You could just do anything and it would be okay within the realms of Patricia Carmichael. You know, she could just walk up to Hastings and pop her finger in his mouth and he didn't say anything and that would be okay.
And she would smile.
She'd just like bitch slap him, smile,
leave. As long as Pasag Pat smiles at the end of what she's doing, she gets away with it. I mean, Pasag Pat's reception is just coming in and completely owning the shop. That's what she does, and nobody tells her any different. And everybody is quite rightly terrified.
Do you know what is so weird though, Craig? So you know when I've never really done this before, but obviously Pat. I don't know what else to call her Pat. I just want to say as a caveat, Jed does not call her Pat. Obviously,
no,
he calls
her Patricia Carmichael. Does he call her full name? Does he go Patricia Carmichael? Oh, just Patricia. And
when I said Jed in the last year, I went, she can't be called Pat. What, Pat and Ted? He's like, well, no, because she's called Patricia.
I'm seeing it now. Pat and Ted, the new BBC Three sitcom.
In the bed. No, Pat. So he doesn't call her Pat, but Pat. So the thing about that is, I have really not. I don't know if you can think of a time when. It's a really wanky thing to say, but when you play really high status, I don't mean it's an actor thing, but just she is like a top person, isn't she? So, and that is so frightening because I'm just like, ding, you know me. I'm like, ding, 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 ding. When are we having the next margarita, Craig? I'm not socially confident or anything. So when you play on those people, you've got to come into a room full of like lovely essays and be like the top bitch. And it is quite frightening. Yeah, when you have to walk into a room of people and be like, I was a bit like...
Especially with that entrance, with that Star Wars entrance that you haven't seen.
Have you noticed that someone always carries my coat? Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I have a man, me and Maggie, lovely Maggie. Remember Maggie, costume designer?
Yeah, of course.
We discussed this at length and she said, well, I just think you have a man that carries your coat all the time. I think he's just there to carry your coat. And that's what he does. He's just there to carry Pat's coat. That's all he does. He's not a policeman. He's just carrying a coat.
He's just Pat's coat carrier.
So if she ever just wants to go out, you know, get a coffee from Costa, whatever, or go on a thing to get the gun out and get the loudspeaker out. He's there, coat on. And that's a Belstaff, so it's heavy. It's very heavy.
What, the coat, heavy coat, big heavy coat?
It's a very heavy coat. He was shattered by the end of the day, that poor lad.
But the thing is, you mentioned then that you described her as a bitch. She's so much more than that. I mean,
Is she, Craig?
I think, well, here's the thing. I know you're going to tell me anything. I've had Martin, I've had Vicky, and I've had everybody on. They're not going to tell me anything, and you definitely won't.
I don't know anything, darling. I couldn't. Don't you think they've trusted me with anything? I've got the god the size of the Humber. There's no way they've told me anything.
No, I mean, I wouldn't tell you anything in real life, let alone on a bloody podcast. No, of course they haven't. But I was having a discussion today with somebody, and we couldn't work out whether she was a criminal mastermind or just somebody who was a complete job's worth.
Oh, no, I like to think that, Patricia, I have actually thought, well, actually, Jed asked me to think about it. I hadn't thought about it until that point, until I was grilled by Jed, and then I just came up with some shit on the spot.
Nobody thinks about anything until they're grilled by Jed.
I know, he's like, what's her trajectory been through the Force? I was like, I just got to pop to makeup, Jed, just...
I mean, I've got some thoughts on that. I've got to... 1 second. I'm back in a minute.
Kat wants me over there. Just hang on one tick, Jed. No, I like to think she's misunderstood. She's a single parent. She's got quite a few kids at home, probably 5 or 6. She's got an elderly parent she's caring for full-time who's literally on a liquid diet by now. That's what I like to think Pat's going through at home. So she's there to get the shit done, get home. Yeah,
because she's so maternal. I mean, it just sort of... It's coming out of a pause.
No, okay, that's not fair, because I think Pat wants a cuddle, but there's no one there to give her one.
And on that bombshell, Anna Maxwell Martin, thank you so much. I love you lots. Bye.